Welcome to Got Next, where we shine a light on the up-and-coming women making moves. Meet Ziah Minor, aka ZiggyZiah, the third ever woman to be drafted to the NBA 2K League. This DMV, yes, girl, yes. This DMV native was selected by the Dallas Mavericks Gaming this past year, and she's been a rookie in the league, but she is far from new to this. You're one of the few women at this pro level, so let's take it back. How did you get into gaming?
I got into gaming really young. I started playing in the basement with like my little brother too, but my older brothers, they would get me on Resident Evil, play like a bunch of Mortal Kombat and fighting games and stuff like that. Like 11 or so, I started getting into Call of Duty really, really heavy. A couple years later, I got a PS4 and I was like, honestly, I love COD, but I want to give this 2K thing a try. I just started playing in the park and stuff like that, learning how to dribble, learning how to get along with everybody else that was on 2K as well. So that kind of just progressed into being where I am now and getting into Pro-Am, and now I'm drafted into the 2K League. So
let's talk about basketball as well, like aside from NBA 2K, because you play Division I ball and professionally overseas, which is like, that's an accomplishment to itself. But what's the biggest difference between real life ball and gaming?
The biggest difference would probably be just, I think in gaming, the way that you have to adapt is completely different. And then not only that, but there's like an equalizer between me in real life playing against other women. You know, I've always been faster than a lot of women and even men. I've always been, you know, stronger or could jump higher and stuff like that. Like those are things that like I genetically had. And yes, like you develop it over time and you get more clean and crisp with those things. But I was always a natural born athlete. And with gaming, it's like you have to literally just keep building. I probably like literally would sit on the game for like 20, 22 hours a day at one point.
Jeez, 22 hours a day. That's insane. That's like, I'm both amazed and like just like trying to comprehend that at the same time. But I'm always very curious about what your draft night experience was like, especially hearing your name called.
I went through like a lot of emotions that night because I was so concerned. You know, it was getting late in the draft and I was like, man, am I really not going to get my name called? What's going on? And it's funny because they had mentioned my names like several times that night. And I was just like, man, they really not going to pick me. Leading up to that night, it was really important for me that I made the best of this opportunity because my mom had just passed away in November. And, you know, prior to her passing away, I said to her and I said to my little brother, I said, I really want to make this happen for you guys because I grew up in low income household and, you know, my mom was the sole provider and I wanted to make sure that I was able to give back in certain ways, especially to like my little siblings. So that night when I got drafted, I just was very emotional.
First of all, sorry to hear about the loss of your mother back in November, but I'm sure she must have been so proud of you if she was around. Like that must have been so emotional for sure.
Yeah.
It takes a strong woman to hold space in this industry. And, you know, I interviewed Noelle Quinn, actually head coach of the Seattle Storm earlier this past season. She's actually the first Black head coach for the franchise. And I asked her, like, what's it like to be the first? And she said, you know, I don't want to be the first, but the first of many. Can you relate at all?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like gaming is a space where women should be here, you know, and there's so many women that actually play the game and that aren't getting like the notoriety that I feel like they deserve. You know, if you look at the statistics behind gaming, 55% of gamers are actually women. When you hop onto a game, it's a bunch of men in the lobbies, you know, men are like, no, girls don't play games. And I'm like, you're crazy. A lot of women play games.
You know, turning the conversation back to your season in particular, like how has it been playing for the Mavs, GG?
It's been great. I have a great team around me. It's a great organization. Have had like a great opportunity being here and a great experience. I really don't have much to complain about, you know, being in the space. And I hope that there's many more seasons to come from this.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, thank you for joining me on Got Next. I cannot wait to watch your career and success grow. ZiggyZiah, I'm going to listen to your name everywhere. But next time I'm not going to be so nice. We're going to play some 2K or some real ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you, girl.
Of course.